We have reached the end of the game. The final score is the Atlanta Dream defeats the Chicago Sky 86 Atlanta, 70 Chicago Sky. Now, this game was a game that was, in my opinion, not the result that I was expecting. Yes, I was expecting the Atlanta Dream to win. However, the way they won, I was not expecting at all. So let's sort of break down this game. Let's talk about what happened. So first, a thing to note is that the Chicago Sky had a whole starting lineup on the bench. A whole starting lineup on the bench. We had Angel Reese, Elizabeth Williams, Diamond Shields, Kennedy Carter, and Camila Cardoso, all on the bench for the Chicago Sky. They were all there. They were all there for the game. They were all in street clothes, looking on as cheering on their team as they played. Thing to note is there are 2 injuries that were sort of newer injuries. Well, not kind of newer, not totally newer. Is Camila Cardoso. She played in the last game, but she didn't play in today's game because she has flared up her shoulder injury again. And so she was questionable coming into today's game. And a couple hours before the tip-off, the Chicago Sky decided to ice her for today's game and not to play her. We also had Kennedy Carter, who has been dealing with a foot issue for a little while now. In the last game, we saw Kennedy get her foot worked on during timeouts and whatnot. But they decided to ice her as well and have her not play. So again, you had a lot of key players, a lot of key players on the bench for the Chicago Sky in street clothes, were not able to play. The Sky came into this game with 8 players. And really, when you really think about it, it was really 7 players and Kayla Davis. Kayla Davis is a new player that just signed with the Chicago Sky, like last week. She doesn't know the system like that. And so you basically had 7 players and Kayla Davis. You only had 2 post players in the entire game today. You had 2 post players. You had Isabel Harrison and you had Brianna Turner for the Chicago Sky. Now, you also had Kayla Davis, who can play a post, but not totally. She's more of like a power forward / small forward than like a traditional type of post player. But the Sky tried to make it work. And guys, I thought that the Sky played well above their pay grade for most of this game. Now, the reason why the Chicago Sky did that is because they were hitting shots. This is a Sky team that is not that great of a scoring team outside of Kennedy, outside of Angel, outside of Camilla. This team is not scoring like that. Right? But we end up seeing players step up and step out. We saw Rachel Banham have a fan-freaking-tastic game for the Chicago Sky today. She had 22 points. 22 points for Rachel Banham. She was 6 of 10 from the 3-point line. That's exactly what the Chicago Sky need for her to do. And when we look into next year she will be back with this team. She is on contract for another season with the Chicago Sky. And I'm excited to just continue to see what Rachel Banham can do. She is a player. Y'all can call her Big Mama. Y'all can call her Big Lotto. Whatever y'all want to call her. Rachel Banham is awesome. And she can hit 3-pointers like nobody's business. She did start today. Is she a true starter in the WNBA? No, she's not. She's a 6th man off the bench. But I thought that she played very, very well in today's game. Was a huge score. And if it wasn't for Rachel Banham hitting those critical 3-point shots, it's no way. It is absolutely, positively no way that the Chicago Sky was in it as long as they were in this game. All right. It really was all about Rachel Banham and her ability to hit outside buckets. So that's something that the Chicago Sky struggle with. Rachel Banham was the only Sky player to hit a 3-pointer today. The only Sky player. Rachel Banham made 6 3-pointers. The Chicago Sky made 6 3-pointers. Nobody else for the Chicago Sky hit a 3-pointer besides Rachel Banham. It just shows how critical of a player she really is for this team. Other players who stepped up today was Lindsay Allen. Lindsay Allen had 16 points in today's game. 4 assists, 4 rebounds. I thought she played as well as she really could have. She did miss some shots, but like I feel like for the most part she was taking tough shots and just missed them. For Isabel Harrison, I thought she played okay. Isabel Harrison had 13 points in today's game. She finished with a double-double, 13 points, 11 rebounds. The thing about Isabel Harrison, when her mid-range jumper is hitting, she is fire. She's absolutely fire. If her mid-range jumper is hitting, you're good. If it's not, it leaves a little bit more to be desired because she's not as effective on the defensive end, and if her shot isn't falling, it's kind of tough. It is kind of tough. All right, but she ultimately did end up with the double-double in today's game. Brianna Turner got the starting nod today. She is not a player who plays very many minutes. She played 33 minutes in today's game. 33 minutes for Brianna Turner. She's a player who doesn't really score and doesn't really play, guys. So far this season, Brianna Turner is averaging 7.4 minutes a game. And that got boosted up real high because of today's game. 7.4 minutes a game for Brianna Turner. I don't think I don't think she was expecting to play as many minutes. But I thought she played all right. She played well for Brianna Turner, right? If you all think about it, like she's not a player who's going to score a lot of points. She's, for the most part, all she's going to really do is play defense and grab rebounds. And for the most part, she tried to do that. She had 8 points in today's game, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. And everybody else kind of did what they did. I thought Michaela Onyenwere gave some good minutes. I always feel like Michaela gives good minutes. I think she does a pretty good job defending. She does a pretty good job on offense. Her shot was not falling as much, but yeah. And then for the rest of the Chicago Sky, Dana played a couple of minutes. She only played 10 minutes. She didn't come back in for the second half. She played the first half, and that was about it. Mariah Jefferson basically played the second half, and that was about it. And Kayla Davis played sporadically throughout the game. She only had 13 minutes in today's game. All right, so that was the Chicago Sky. That's what they did. 70 points for the Chicago Sky. Ultimately, this is a team that did not shoot very well. This is a team that did not do that great of a job sort of passing the ball, getting players involved, making stuff happen. Because, again, you have to remember, they literally have 5 players who at one point were starters for this team on the bench. And so that takes away a lot. Now, I thought the Chicago Sky played way better than what I was expecting. They did. They played way better than what I was expecting. So I say shout out to the Chicago Sky, shout out to the bench mob who was trying to do their thing and tried to play as best as they could, okay? Now on to the Atlanta Dream. Now, guys, the Atlanta Dream did not play the game I was expecting them to play. They didn't. They didn't play the game I was expecting them to play. I thought this team was going to be dominant from the get-go, and instead they were not. This is a team that has said that they are looking to be in the playoffs. They are trying their best to be in the playoffs. However, the start that they had was okay, but it wasn't that great. We were seeing the miss shots that they would normally make. I thought Ryan Howard, while Ryan did end up with 15 points today, I thought she struggled. Like, Ryan Howard was not her normal self. Like, Ryan Howard is a straight up beast. All right. Now, guys, I want y'all to get an idea of what Ryan Howard has been doing this year, because she had a stretch at the beginning of this month. Ryan Howard had a stretch where she hit 30 points 3 times in a row. All right, and today she had a tough game. A really, really tough game. Her shots just were not really hitting. And that's something that sometimes you struggle. Sometimes as a team, you struggle and you don't play your normal game. And to me, I thought Atlanta did not play that great. but they still got the dub. And sometimes it may be ugly, but you still ultimately get the dub. So again, Ryan Howard, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. She does not play her best game at all by any stretch, but she does lead her team to victory. I thought 2 players that were huge, absolutely huge for this team, for the Atlanta Dream, 2 players. Yeah, Jordan Canada as your PG1. Jordan Canada, a healthy Jordan Canada makes for a really good Atlanta Dream team. Now, while everybody else was struggling for the Dream, I thought Jordan Canada had a really good game. Jordan Canada was playing her butt off today. Let me kind of explain it to y'all. Let me explain Jordan Canada to you. Jordan Canada is a floor general. She is a player that's going to get players in the right position. She's a player who's going to make the right reads at the right time. She's a player who can look for her own shot when she needs to, but also is not a selfish player and will pass it up for a good shot. Go from a good shot to a great shot type of player. She had 18 points in today's game. 18 points in today's game. She was 5 of 9 from the field. She got to the free throw line a couple times. She had some hard hits. She got to the free throw line because she was getting to the basket and making stuff happen. I mean, guys, y'all remember? Did y'all used to watch South Park? Hey, blame Canada. That's what. Blame Canada, y'all. Blame Canada. Y'all remember that song? It was it South Park? It was like blame Canada, blame Canada. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Jordan Canada had a freaking-tastic game. I thought she was the MVP of today's game. In my mind, she is the MVP of today's game. Again, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 block, and most importantly, above all, 0 turnovers. 0. I'm just saying, guys. I am just saying there is Jordan Canada is an extremely special player. She has been special for a long while, right? She was a player who started the season injured. She was injured, and now she's making stuff happen for her team, and it's looking pretty good. Now I will say that y'all remember Jordan Canada sat for years under Sue Bird. She sat for years. If y'all don't remember, if y'all are sort of newer to the WNBA, Jordan Canada started her rookie season with the Seattle Storm, and she was with Seattle for at least 4 years. At least 4 years she was with Seattle, sitting behind Sue Bird, watching her do her thing, and then she went to LA. Now she's with Atlanta. And I like a healthy Jordan Canada with Atlanta. I do. I really do. So I thought Jordan Canada had a great game. Another player who I thought had a really, really great game was Tina Charles. Tina Charles is just, she's a vet who knows how to play. That's what she is. She's a vet who knows how to get in her bag. She knows the right moves to make. She knows how to make shots, whether that's a hook shot, whether she's doing that little NBA sky hook, or she's doing the fadeaway off of one leg type of shot, whether she's just pounded it in the paint and getting a tough layup, whatever that is, Tina Charles can do it. All right. She had 16 points in today's game, 14 rebounds with a double-double. She also had 4 assists and 2 steals in today's game as well. Another player who did really well for the Atlanta Dream is Alicia Gray. So Alicia Gray, y'all, when you talk about toughness, when you talk about grit, that was Alicia Gray today. Having tough opportunities to get buckets today. Tough opportunities. She had a huge drop in the fourth quarter where she got kind of hit in the face. They did not call a flagrant on Michaela Onyenwere, but They did go to the monitors. They decided not to call a flagrant on that one. But in real time, hearing that drop for her, it was like, ooh, that sounded bad. But she got up, and I believe she made both of her free throws at that point. She's 5 of 10 from the free throw line. So overall, not that great from the free throw line. But ultimately, she did help her team. 15 points for Alicia Gray. Just making stuff happen. Also, guys, 3 blocks. Can we talk about that for us one time? 3 blocks for Alicia Gray. And the rest, everybody else kind of did their job. Which is what I like about the Atlanta Dream, right? Naz Hillman is a player who I think gives really good minutes. Now, is Naz Hillman going to score a lot? Probably not, right? Is not, but I think Naz Hillman does exactly what she's asked to do. She does exactly what she's asked to do and no more. Nia Coffey, or not no more as in like that's a bad thing, but she just does what she needs to do. I thought Nia Coffey gave some pretty decent minutes as well. Letitia Amihir got in for a hot second. I think that was in the first half where she got in. She got in, and that was about it. So yeah. So yeah, guys. I mean, that was about it. Haley Jones had 6 points. Lorella Kubai had 4. Nia Coffey had 4. Maya Caldwell had 2. That's about it, guys. That is about it. That's kind of the recap. I thought it was a good game to watch. This was a game where actually for a hot second in that second half, I actually thought the Chicago Sky was going to come back. At one point, it was a 6-point game. At one point, and then all of a sudden, we ended up seeing the Atlanta Dream kind of turn on the Jets. In the fourth quarter, it was a 6-point game. It was 54 Sky, 60 Dream. And then we started to see, the Atlanta Dream go on a 7-2 run, and then they kind of just took it from there to finish out the game. It was all about Jordan Canada. It was all about Tina Charles kind of making stuff happen on the Atlanta Dream front, and of course, Alicia Gray was doing her thing as well. So yeah, I enjoyed this game. What did y'all think about this game? Let me know in the comments below. There were some other games that happened today. I just want to let y'all know about those real quick. So we saw the Minnesota Lynx narrowly. When I say narrowly, I mean narrowly defeat the Connecticut Sun 78-76. Guys, a thing to note about this game is that this game went down to the wire. It was down to the wire. We saw Alyssa Thomas hit a big bucket to get the game to get the Seattle the Connecticut Sun at a 1-point lead. This was when we had we had 22 seconds left to go in the game. Alyssa Thomas got a big bucket to get the 1-point lead. It was 74-73. The Lynx call a timeout. Nafisa Collier ends up getting a mid-range jumper to go. Now the Lynx are ahead by 1 point. There was 12 seconds left to go. Dejanay Carrington, Connecticut call a timeout. Dejanay Carrington inbounds the basketball. Who does she pass it to? Of course, she passes to the best passer on the team, which is Alyssa Thomas. It was Dejanay to Alyssa to Dewana Bonner for the layup. It was a fantastic pass from Alyssa to Dewana. Now Connecticut is back up by 1 point. All right, we have 8.1 seconds left to go. 76 Connecticut, 75 Minnesota. Then the Lynx call a timeout. They draw up something. It seemed like what they drew up was supposed to be a back and forth between Nafisa and Bridget. And Nafisa, I think the play was drawn up for Nafisa to actually take the shot, but Bridget passed it to Nafisa. Nafisa, I guess, didn't feel like she really had a shot like that. She passed it back out to Bridget Carlton, and Bridget was sort of it seemed like Bridget was panicking, and she does a heave-ho for a very, very long three-pointer. I think she thought she had less time than what she actually had, and Bridget Carlton drains the three-point bomb, sealing the victory for the Minnesota Lynx. Guys, they were down by 1 point when Bridget Carlton, at 4 seconds left in the game, hit that giant three-point shot. She drains it, scores 78-76. Then Connecticut called another timeout. I believe that was their reset timeout. Dewana Bonner has some miscommunication with Alyssa Thomas, and so Alyssa runs one way, Dewana passes the other way, and then we end up seeing a turnover, and that was the game after that. That was the game. The Minnesota Lynx have the basketball. They close it out. It's over. That was my dramatic sort of take on that game, on the ending of that game. Because really, it felt like this was a game where first it was neck and neck. Then it was Minnesota was like, okay, Minnesota starting to make some noise. Okay. Then fourth quarter comes. The Connecticut Sun comes storming back, guys. And they make it a game late in the game. Like it was kind of amazing to see. It really was amazing to see. And guys, if y'all do not watch in multi-view, watch in multi-view. When you have games where there are 2 or 3 games happening at the same time, watch in multi-view so you can watch all of them at the same time. It really does help to watch all of them at the same time. And because that way you can like see what's going on and monitor what's going on. Okay. Another game that happened today was the Liberty taking down the Washington Mystics. The score was 87, New York Liberty, 71, Washington Mystics. With the loss today, the Washington Mystics are officially, I believe they're officially out of the playoffs, I believe. Like, I don't actually, well, so right now, the Atlanta Dream are in 8th place right now. If Atlanta loses on Thursday, Washington wins on Thursday, the Chicago Sky lose on Thursday, then I believe Washington gets the 8th spot. Right now, Atlanta's in 8. So if everybody loses, if the Sky, Atlanta, and the Mystics lose on Thursday, Atlanta gets that 8th pick. All right. But anyway, Liberty take care of business. They beat the Mystics. That's not a shocker to anybody. But I will say, Thursday we might see some upsets because if coaches are smart for these top teams, for the Connecticut Sun, for the New York Liberty, for even the Indiana Fever, you don't want to get players injured. So it's possible that we wind up seeing some upsets on Thursday because teams, if they are smart, if head coaches are smart, they're not playing their starters like that on Thursday's games. And so it's possible that we will see some upsets in terms of the score, in terms of like the season, like in the season, but the starters won't be playing. So, it'll be what it is. But yeah, anyway, that was my quick recap of the games that happened earlier today. But guys, what do y'all think about them? Let me know in the comments below. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really do appreciate y'all's support, guys. Next up, we do have the Las Vegas Aces that are about to tip off right now. The game is happening. They're playing the Seattle Storm. That game is happening in Seattle, so I hope y'all go and watch that game. I will not be able to do a play-by-play of that game because I have to go to work really, really early tomorrow, so I will not be able to do that. But hope y'all enjoy watching that game. I'll probably catch it in the morning when I wake up. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I make content all about women's basketball. If women's basketball is your thing, and if you enjoy listening to commentary that is always honest, that is truthful, even if you disagree with my take, that is absolutely fine. But is always looking to be fair to the game, be fair to the players who play in it, be fair to the league, be fair to just the legacy of women's basketball. If you're looking for somebody who's going to cover the game right, who's going to tell you the things that you did not know, tell you the things that you did know with a different take, if you are looking for someone who is going to cover just about everybody, be respectful while doing it, this is your place to be. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe. And I will catch y'all very, very soon. I got some great stuff planned for this channel coming up, so I hope y'all are ready for it. Guys, have a great night. Be kind to one another. Be respectful. Guys, if no one has told you today, let me tell you, you matter, you are important, and I'm happy that you are on this earth. Guys, I will talk to y'all very soon. And until next time, have a great night. Bye-bye.